Welcome. Today, we're diving into the topic of civil rights complaints against agencies. Many people have heard of civil rights, but not everyone knows what it means to file a complaint when those rights are violated by a government agency or organization. In this video, we'll break down what a civil rights complaint is, why someone might file one, and what the process typically looks like. Whether you're concerned about discrimination or simply want to understand your rights, this guide will help you navigate the basics. Let's start by defining what civil rights are and why they matter in our daily lives. Civil rights are the fundamental rights guaranteed to all individuals, regardless of race, gender, religion, or other characteristics. These rights are protected by laws at both the federal and state level. Examples include the right to vote, the right to equal treatment in public places, and the right to be free from discrimination. When these rights are violated by an agency, individuals have the option to file a complaint. Understanding these rights is the first step in recognizing when they may have been infringed upon. When we talk about agencies in the context of civil rights complaints, we're usually referring to government bodies or organizations that provide public services. These can include federal, state, or local government departments, schools, police departments, or public housing authorities. Agencies have a responsibility to uphold civil rights laws and ensure fair treatment for everyone. If an agency fails to do so, individuals may have grounds to file a complaint. A civil rights violation occurs when an agency discriminates against someone based on protected characteristics such as race, color, national origin, sex, disability, or religion. This could happen in various settings, like being denied access to public services, facing unequal treatment at a government office, or experiencing harassment by agency staff. Recognizing these violations is crucial as it forms the basis for filing a complaint. Let's look at some examples. If a public school refuses to enroll a student because of their ethnicity, or a government office denies services to someone with a disability, these are clear civil rights violations. Other examples include being harassed by agency staff due to religion, or being denied housing assistance based on gender. These situations all warrant a closer look and may justify filing a complaint. Anyone who believes their civil rights have been violated by an agency can file a complaint. This includes individuals directly affected, as well as advocates or representatives acting on their behalf. It's important to know that you don't have to be a citizen to file a civil rights complaint. These protections apply to everyone within the jurisdiction of the agency. Filing a civil rights complaint serves several purposes. It holds agencies accountable for their actions, helps prevent future violations, and can lead to remedies for those affected. By bringing attention to discriminatory practices, complaints can also drive policy changes and promote fairness in public services. Civil rights complaints are usually filed with the agency's Civil Rights Office or with a higher authority, such as the U.S. Department of Justice or the Office for Civil Rights. Each agency typically has its own process and designated office for handling these complaints. It's important to identify the correct office to ensure your complaint is reviewed promptly. It's important to distinguish between federal and state agencies when filing a complaint. Federal agencies are governed by national laws, while state and local agencies follow state-specific regulations. Depending on where the violation occurred, you may need to file your complaint with a different office. Understanding this distinction helps ensure your complaint reaches the right place. Filing a civil rights complaint typically involves several steps. First, gather all relevant information, such as dates, names, and details of the incident. Next, complete the agency's complaint form, either online or on paper. Submit the form along with any supporting documents. Finally, keep a copy of everything you submit for your records. Following these steps helps ensure your complaint is processed efficiently. When preparing your complaint, be as detailed as possible. Include the names of those involved, the date and location of the incident, and a clear description of what happened. Providing specific information helps investigators understand your case and increases the chances of a thorough review. Supporting documents can strengthen your complaint. These might include emails, letters, photographs, or witness statements that back up your claims. The more evidence you provide, the easier it is for investigators to verify your account and take appropriate action. Most agencies offer multiple ways to file a complaint. You can usually submit your complaint online, by mail, or in person at the agency's office. Some agencies also accept complaints by phone. Choose the method that works best for you, but always make sure you receive confirmation that your complaint was received. There are usually time limits for filing a civil rights complaint. These deadlines can vary depending on the agency and the type of violation. It's important to file your complaint as soon as possible after the incident to avoid missing the deadline. If you're unsure about the time limit, check with the agency or seek legal advice. Once you file your complaint, the agency will review it to determine if it falls under their jurisdiction. If it does, they may open an investigation, request more information, or attempt to resolve the issue through mediation. You'll usually receive a confirmation and updates as your complaint is processed. The outcome of a civil rights complaint can vary. In some cases, the agency may find that a violation occurred and order corrective action, such as policy changes or compensation for the victim. In other cases, the agency may determine that no violation took place. Regardless of the outcome, you have the right to be informed of the decision. If you disagree with the agency's decision, you may have the right to appeal. The appeals process varies by agency, but usually involves submitting a written request for reconsideration. Be sure to follow the agency's instructions and meet any deadlines for appeals. Agencies are required to keep your complaint confidential to the extent possible. Your personal information is protected, and details of the investigation are usually not shared with unauthorized parties. This helps ensure your privacy and encourages others to come forward when their rights are violated. It's illegal for agencies to retaliate against anyone who files a civil rights complaint. This means you cannot be punished, harassed, or face negative consequences for standing up for your rights. If you experience retaliation, you should report it immediately, as this is a separate violation of the law. Investigators play a key role in the complaint process. They review the evidence, interview witnesses, and gather additional information as needed. Their job is to determine whether a civil rights violation occurred and recommend appropriate action. Investigators are trained to handle these cases fairly and impartially. In some cases, agencies may offer mediation to resolve complaints. Mediation is a voluntary process where both parties work with a neutral third party to reach an agreement. This can be a faster and less adversarial way to resolve disputes, and it often leads to mutually satisfactory outcomes. If a violation is found, agencies may be required to take corrective actions. These can include changing policies, providing training to staff, compensating the victim, or taking disciplinary action against those responsible. The goal is to prevent future violations and restore fairness. If the agency determines that no civil rights violation occurred, they will close the case and notify you of the decision. While this can be disappointing, you may still have options, such as appealing the decision or seeking legal advice for further action. If you're unsure about the process or need help preparing your complaint, consider seeking legal assistance. Many organizations offer free or low-cost legal services to individuals facing civil rights issues. Legal experts can help you understand your rights and guide you through the process. Advocacy groups play a vital role in supporting individuals who experience civil rights violations. These organizations can help you file complaints, provide resources, and even represent you during investigations. They also work to raise awareness and promote policy changes to protect civil rights. Several federal laws protect civil rights, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and the Fair Housing Act. These laws prohibit discrimination in various settings and provide the legal basis for filing complaints against agencies. In addition to federal laws, each state has its own civil rights laws that may offer additional protections. State agencies are responsible for enforcing these laws, and the process for filing complaints may differ from federal procedures. It's important to be aware of both sets of laws when seeking protection. Sometimes, both federal and state laws may apply to a civil rights complaint. In these cases, you may be able to file with multiple agencies or choose the one that offers the most protection. Understanding how these laws intersect can help you make informed decisions about your complaint. Civil rights complaints can address many types of discrimination, including those based on race, color, national origin, sex, age, disability, and religion. Some laws also protect against discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity. Knowing which types are covered helps you determine if your situation qualifies. Most agencies require you to fill out a specific complaint form. This form will ask for your contact information, a description of the incident, and any supporting evidence. Take your time to fill out the form accurately, as mistakes or missing information can delay the process. Many agencies provide language assistance for individuals who are not fluent in English. This can include translated forms, interpreters, or bilingual staff. If you need help, don't hesitate to ask for language support when filing your complaint. Agencies are required to make the complaint process accessible to people with disabilities. This may include providing forms in alternative formats, offering assistance with filling out paperwork, or ensuring physical access to offices. Accessibility is a key part of civil rights protection. Some agencies allow you to file a complaint anonymously. While this can protect your identity, it may also limit the agency's ability to investigate fully. If you're concerned about privacy, ask the agency about their anonymous complaint policies before filing. If multiple people are affected by the same violation, they can file a group complaint. This can strengthen the case and show a pattern of discrimination. Group complaints are especially useful in situations involving widespread or systemic issues. Whistleblowers who report civil rights violations are protected by law. These protections ensure that individuals who expose wrongdoing are not subject to retaliation. If you are a whistleblower, make sure to mention this status when filing your complaint. The Office for Civil Rights, OCR, is a federal agency that enforces civil rights laws in programs and activities that receive federal financial assistance. OCR investigates complaints, provides guidance, and ensures agencies comply with the law. They are a key resource for anyone facing discrimination by a federally funded agency. During an investigation, the agency will collect evidence, interview witnesses, and review relevant documents. Investigators may visit the site where the incident occurred and request additional information from both parties. The goal is to gather all the facts needed to make a fair decision. The time it takes to resolve a civil rights complaint can vary. Some cases are resolved quickly, while others may take several months or longer. Factors affecting the timeline include the complexity of the case, the amount of evidence, and the agency's workload. Patience is important during this process. It's important to keep copies of all documents related to your complaint, including forms, correspondence, and evidence. Good record keeping helps you track the progress of your case and provides proof if you need to appeal or take further action. Filing a civil rights complaint can be challenging. Common obstacles include lack of evidence, difficulty understanding the process, or fear of retaliation. Knowing your rights, seeking support, and staying organized can help you overcome these challenges and pursue justice. Many resources are available to help you file a civil rights complaint. These include government websites, advocacy organizations, and legal aid services. Take advantage of these resources to ensure you understand your rights in the complaint process. Civil rights complaints can have a significant impact. They not only address individual grievances, but also help shape policies and practices for the future. By holding agencies accountable, complaints contribute to a more just and equitable society. To sum up, a civil rights complaint against an agency is a formal way to address discrimination or unfair treatment. The process involves gathering information, filing with the appropriate office, and cooperating with investigations. Knowing your rights and the steps involved can empower you to take action when needed. If you believe your civil rights have been violated, don't hesitate to take action. Filing a complaint is an important step in protecting your rights and the rights of others. Remember, you're not alone. Many organizations and resources are available to support you throughout the process. Thank you for joining us as we explored civil rights complaints against agencies. Understanding this process is key to ensuring fairness and justice in our society. Stay informed, know your rights, and remember that taking action can make a difference for you and your community.